What's going on, diecast collectors? This is OBB, the diecast news guy, returning once more to bring you all a NASCAR diecast review on Carl Edwards' 2011 Ortho Home Defense Max Ford Fusion for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and Roush Fenway Racing. And yeah, this is an oldie, but man, this is a cool and actually rare diecast I picked up all the way back from my good friends at 07 Racing Collectibles, which is actually a great place to check out if you guys are near the Watkins Glen area. Been there many times, and Tom is such a great dealer to deal with, and I was able to get a good hookup with a lot of Carl Edwards diecasts because, hey, newsflash, I am a Carl Edwards fan, and we are in his Hall of Fame inductive year. So, by the way, he will be on Amazon as well coming up later this year. But appropriate time to review this car, as I guess we got to go ahead and start killing some ants, shall we? So let's go and start the unboxing and the official diecast review of Carl Edwards' Ortho car from 2011. And alrighty, folks, we got this diecast out of its box, and man, I bet a lot of you guys are turning your heads right now just like this ant. First of all, that is one ferocious little sucker. Comment below if you guys actually like ants, or if you guys despise them, as, whoa, we got ourselves a pretty crooked Ortho logo. But keep in mind, this was the first year we actually got Lionel Racing to produce the 1/64 scale diecast, and we're already off to a great start. I mean, as you guys can see, look at the gappage that we got right here compared to here. But you know, and of course it looks like also the Ford Fusion logo looks like it is slightly crooked, and you guys thought that was some overexposure, but no, that is actually how the paint scheme is. Maybe it's trying to show them like a beam of light of how these ants are going to be absolutely neutralized, because if you guys aren't aware, Ortho is part of part of the sponsorships that Carl Edwards has already driven for. Well, he's always had like good partnerships with a lot of the Ortho companies. You guys are probably familiar with this Scott's car from 2011 and his iconic 2005 Atlanta win. Also his Miracle Grow card that he won a championship in 2007. So pretty cool that this is like one of the final diecasts that we got with Carl Edwards with this Ortho sponsorship, because heck, we knew he had one more year left with his contract with Roush, and then, well, a few more years left now I think about it. But yeah, it's such a cool looking diecast that we got right here, that he only drove, I think, what, like 5 select races, which I believe majority of them were actually at, if you guys lived like around like Pocono and Watkins Glen, right around like the New England area, usually he would be driving this car in the 2011 season. And pretty good to actually drive this car, because you guys all might know the story about Carl Edwards in 2011. Another championship that he was just so close to winning. My Lord, man. And keep in mind, I am a huge Carl Edwards fan, so let's just say I probably didn't say the most nicest things to Tony Stewart when he ended up winning the tiebreaker. But yeah, there's some cool details that we got right here with the nice Goodyear tires and this nice cool background with the little beam. It's such a simple scheme, but just it really does stand out. And I know the number does look like it's a little higher up, but I'm definitely getting a lot of Office Depot and a lot of Office Depot Carl Edwards vibes looking at this car. Funny enough, that actually went to his rival Tony Stewart. So defend what's yours, absolutely. So if you use Ortho products, I'm assuming that is what your ants and roaches are going to look like. You can probably get them at your Home Depot, probably, if I had to guess, which was also a Tony Stewart sponsor. So, but this side actually does look a lot better in terms of the number placement. Really cool. But you definitely see Lionel has definitely got better with the decal quality, because I mean, this is before we had HD decals, so they have done a better job at that part. But this is an incredibly rare diecast, guys, so if you guys can find this anywhere else at your local diecast dealers, I highly recommend you guys picking this up, because it is one of a kind, and I think it is one of the most underlooked schemes that Carl Edwards fans are really not going to probably look back on and be like, wow, that's such a cool scheme. I remember I underlooked it too, because heck, I actually preferred his, because he didn't want in this scheme, by the way. He only won, I think, what, in the Scott Easy Seed card, which was at Las Vegas, which, by the way, I have done several other Carl Edwards reviews from 2011, so if this is your first time watching, you probably should hit that subscribe button, and also, heck, maybe you can find some Carl Edwards diecast from my good buddies at Spoiler Diecast. But what's not so home about this is that we got a nice paint chip where the H is, so I can see where the ant really took a big bite right there. Subway and lots of other cool familiar sponsors. I bet you guys didn't even notice that these cars actually had interior detail with the there's also detail in the windshield, which is pretty cool. We had white interiors though. I know it seems pretty crazy to have white interiors on a Gold Series scale diecast, but keep in mind, I think this is the year that we did not, well, besides Spin Master, we didn't really have that much diecast out on the retailers like at Walmart's and Targets, so ordering diecast online during this time was your best bet. But he also drove this at a few road courses too, now I think about it, like Sonoma and Watkins Glen. But it is a pretty cool car to say the least. The first time I actually reviewed an Ortho car. But anyways, I think it's only appropriate to me now to showcase now the side-by-side comparison of another Ortho car that I still have not reviewed yet on this channel. And it is the Biff, Mr. Greg Biffle. And since we are on the topic about talking about NASCAR Authentics diecasts, this one is one of them, as you can tell by the nice chunky body with the Gen 6 compared to the Gen 5. But yeah, I thought this would be a cool way to showcase like how the Ortho scheme has progressed. Some people might like the simple scheme. Yeah, the decaling and how the Ford Fusion looks on the Spin Master looks a lot better. You know, I used to have a soft spot for these 2011 diecasts, but I'm looking at them now and I just realized just how like weird the logos look, especially like, I don't know, did this just me or just the logos look a little undersized? I mean, then again, we don't have any unique curvatures to these cars because, you know, these are still technically COT diecast, just with the spoiler. Comment below if you guys actually prefer this type of COT or do you guys prefer the Gen 6 car. But yeah, very unique diecast in their own unique ways. And well, I mean, both of them have to do with ants, so I think that is pretty cool. I don't know why, I'm now thinking about the movie Bug's Life, so I don't know, probably gonna have to get done now and watch that. Just to get things on a more lighter note, because heck, you know, ants are pretty ferocious critters. I didn't realize this one could be like a black ant and this could be a red ant, so you know, imagination is such a cool key word to use in these diecast reviews. But yeah, a very random comparison, but since I have both these cars, I thought it'd be a cool way to showcase that. But hopefully all these bugs are gonna be driving away into this next review. But yeah, I didn't realize the Ortho logo also got updated, so how about that? I mean, it stands for Ortho Home Defense, so that does look like a roof. But yeah, on the other side, oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well, the spoiler is a lot more detailed, kind of like what we got on the late model diecast. So shows you Lionel had some details back then. And this side is pretty much exactly how it is on the other. But yeah, hopefully you guys are not too antsed out in this review. But comment below if you guys actually remember this scheme or the Greg Biffle 2015 car. And if you guys want me to review this one, feel free to comment below in the well, comments down below, as I know I'm already getting kind of like commenting out with these cars. But anyways, let's go wrap up the diecast review of Carl Everett's 2011 Ortho Home Defense Max Ant Killer Ford Fusion for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and Roush Fenway Racing. Comment, subscribe. This has been OBB, the diecast news guy, and I guess I'm going to bug in you guys into the next diecast review.